Hello, Brain Trust. It is another last week on Earth, both that has gone by and that has begun, both time-wise and podcast-wise. Is it confusing enough yet? Is the world confusing enough yet? Have you been locked down? Do you still have friends? Do you think your friends will remember you if you ever see them again? Are your friends now zombies? If a friend came to your door and said, I'm normal, I'm a non-zombie, non-coronavirus friend, let me in, please. Do you let them in? Do you open the door? Do you open the door but splash hand sanitizer in their face? Do you wipe them down with Clorox wipes? What if your friends got toilet paper and sandwiches in the reverse order? Do you let them in then? A lot of existential questions being brought up in our lives, and we don't know what to do. These are uncharted times. These are charted. Charts are off the charts. There's no charts for the times like this. Okay? So we used to have charts for the times, and then people said, no, throw the charts away from these times. There's no historical charting for a brand new time. What I do know is that you almost wish you could be oblivious that the coronavirus was happening. You almost wish you could be Jared Leto. Did you hear that story this week? Jared Leto was just in a 2-week silent meditation retreat in the woods somewhere. Of course he was. I imagine that he sleeps in silent meditation retreats every night of his life. Complete strange character. Comes out, was unaware coronavirus had spread to a much larger degree and that people were on quarantine around the globe. We thought it was great to be quarantined from Jared Leto for a couple of weeks. Get a couple of Leto-free weeks. And Leto's back now. Sure, he's by himself, but he's on social media and he won't stop. How much do you think he spends a year on eyeliner? The amount of money he must spend on eyeliner and long trench coats. Hard to imagine. And the number of necklaces. Do he and Johnny Depp shop together? There are a lot of existential questions we don't know. These are uncharted times. I would love it if John Depp and Jared Leto were held up together in a somewhere in a hole, in a silent hole. I think we'd be able to get through these times a lot better. Because I care about the world, unlike Vanessa Hudgens. Doesn't care. Says people are going to die. Goes on Instagram Live and is like, people are going to die. Sucks, but like whatever. I don't get what all the freaking out is about. People tried to cancel Vanessa Hudgens instantly. We're still trying to cancel people, even during the dawning of the apocalypse. The perhaps literal last week on Earth. People are like, but also still, can we all gang up on Vanessa Hudgens? And look, not that I'm not ganging up right now, but wait till my next sentence. Relax, everybody. It's Vanessa Hudgens. I don't even know what she's from, High School Musical? Whoever looks to stars of High School Musical to get their pandemic advice. I don't. I look to her Instagram occasionally on Thursdays for her Thirsty Thursdays. She excels at that. So I feel like stick to her Thirsty Thursday videos that she tries to tempt the world. Once she starts talking global pandemic science, I think tune out. I feel like that's the line of where we should or should not listen to the words of Vanessa Hudgens. I feel like don't listen to the words. Watch the videos. Watch them on mute. Don't try to cancel the person. She's got an opinion like everybody else. And like everybody else, like most other people, they shouldn't express them ever. Just be quiet and do Thirsty Thursdays. I'm going to be doing Thirsty Thursdays on my Patreon, by the way, patreon.com/Ben Glebe. Don't say a man in his 40s can't do Thirsty Thursdays. You get on that Patreon. I might be posting some revealing thirst trap videos. And in a time where many of us can't even get tests unless you're the Black James Bond, Idris Elba, or Tom Hanks, you can't even get a test to know if you have a potentially deadly disease. And we're all like, system's fine. Biden's like, we're just going to slowly expand on Obamacare. How about just, and I'm not a big fan of Medicare for all, but Bernie will fight for it and will land, hopefully, at a compromise of coverage for everybody. Whereas Biden's incremental, dude. We ain't got time for incremental when the world crumbling down. And the world is crumbling down in the city that he loves. And if you close your eyes, You don't even need Spotify when you have this podcast. You get the news. You get all the hits from 5 years ago, sung poorly by me. So you make the choices, but pay for that Spotify $10 or get on the Patreon. You get 2 for 1 here. And, of course, you could also keep your ad-supported Spotify, which is never great. You're like on a romantic date. Things are finally getting romantic. In the background, you got, ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Here at Walmart, we enjoy bringing you the freshest produce every day, except during pandemics when we have no fucking food. Get the fuck away from us. 6 feet away from everybody. Don't come near aisles of any products you need. You heard? Right back to your regularly scheduled fuck music. So do it that way if you want. But I can't tell you how many dates were ruined for me in my youth. And by youth, I mean mid-30s. By Spotify ads just coming in. You like cheese? You can come buy cheese here at the Cheese Mart. And now back to Jim Shaw now, my pony. Not sure what the first word I said there was. But good luck, you know. So it looks like Biden's got this thing wrapped up now, most likely. Bernie's still hanging in because he loves to drag it out. He is a self-hating Jew. He's going to drag it out probably a bit longer, but it's looking electorally like Biden's lead's getting too big, and there's no way Bernie, they're saying both old white guys, will be able to make it to the convention with a majority of delegates, and so it could be a brokered convention, could fracture the party. Looks like we're probably not going to do it. I personally still would prefer the bitter old Jewish accountant as a president. We always do these guys that seem like these great leaders. They're these hero types. They speak well and they inspire. And Bernie, I grant you, doesn't give you the confidence. It would be hard during a pandemic. I'm here to tell you everybody's going to die. It's not ideal to have a crotchety, angry old Jewish man as your president during a time like that. But that's because of the image. I say we move beyond image and actually have somebody who will get to work, roll his sleeves up, and get it done. Bernie's got dirty sleeves, old shoes. He's going to roll them up, and we're going to crunch the numbers, and we're going to do the best we can. But I talk about it with my guest, Miles Brownie, coming up in a minute, but the only solace we have is that, Biden will surround himself with an amazing team. Imagine if Barack Obama was in the cabinet. We'll talk about it. But he's going to have great people around him. And he pledged to have a female VP. That was big news out of that debate. Biden said, I will appoint a female vice president. A minute later said he didn't remember what females were. When asked immediately by Dana Bash of CNN, Bernie was asked, will you also commit right now to having a female VP? And Bernie, being brain dead when it comes to politics, just his one message always, and wanting to help people and the environment, and we have to stop the big banks and the 1% and the top percent and the 2%, and 2% milk 16 people for 16% and no percent. Had a chance to steal that headline back from Biden and say, I too will appoint a female VP, since he will anyway. But Bernie instead answered with the great non-headline grabbing, look, we are looking at it very closely, and I believe it's very likely we will end up having a female vice president be the person we choose, but not committal enough to give you a headline right now. Let Biden take the next 3 elections and loses 3 primaries, and there you go. But I had a big, long conversation with one of my dear friends who sold a company and is now very wealthy last night for a couple hours on the phone, debating yet again the difference between, or not the difference, but why they are so afraid of Bernie. Anybody who has money seems so afraid of Bernie. They're sure he's going to take all their billions away, and their millions. I don't know any billionaires, but take their millions away. And they always say, millionaires and billionaires aren't evil. They're not evil. Bernie doesn't understand that you need a free market economy. You need companies to thrive. But Bernie doesn't say they're evil. I mean, he might have slipped up during the debate and said they're evil, but that was once. The point is not that we're trying to make billionaires not be a thing. The point is not that we don't want people to thrive. And they just hear someone wanting to tax them a little bit more and think they're trying to existentially erase them from existence, and that's not it at all. We just want them to still be able to make as many millions and billions as they want. As I said many times in the campaign trail, only under one very obvious rule, just not while stepping on people. Just not on the backs of your workers who aren't making a living wage and have to work 2 and 3 jobs and are insecure about their futures, and one $400 emergency, they go bankrupt. That's the only thing we need you to fix. If you can pay your workers fairly so that they can feel at ease and thrive in their lives, then you can be free to make all you want. So we raise your taxes just a bit, and we get you to pay them more fairly. And we raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. And we raise protections for workers. And we increase union membership. And we make sure that you just take care of people. And we as a society take care of all of us. So we have basic needs met. Healthcare, is that too much to ask? Not to be able to be left in the streets outside of a hospital, locking your door like it's a friend of mine at my door, offering me sandwiches and toilet paper? That ain't too much to ask. It's not too much to ask either. So just basic, make sure we all are chill and cool and happy, and then go ahead and buy more boats. Buy more 6-level houses you don't need. No one's stopping you. Plus, the thing that I think rich people don't get, and I definitely yelled this equally like I am now at my friend on the phone last night, is if we all are succeeding better and are doing better financially, we'll just have a happier planet, a happier country. The engine of the country will be moving faster. Things will be flowing better. Your employees will be working harder. They'll be happier at their jobs. They'll be incentivized to work harder. Maybe you give them a little bit of profit participation, put a worker on the boards of your companies, and then you have people feel like they have a piece of the pie. They have a piece of the success of your company, and you're going to have a much more productive company. Not to mention a populace that isn't on the verge of rioting because when a pandemic comes by, we can't even afford hand sanitizer or toilet paper. So it's a win-win situation to take care of people, and that's what Bernie fundamentally understands. That's what Warren, I thought, fundamentally understood until she stabbed us in the back and apparently maybe is a fake progressive and just did it for a political platform because she's not endorsing Bernie at all, and it's really hurtful and messed up and not cool. But you do that and everybody chill. That's all we need. But who are we trying to bail out already? They're saying this week there will not be a blank check for airlines that are losing money during the economy nearly shutting down, the stock market tumbling from this coronavirus lockdown. There will not be a blank check for them seeking more than $50 billion in coronavirus aid, Democrats warn. How about don't give any fucking money to the airlines? Have you seen the fees? These airlines charge you now for a bag, like you're going to travel bagless. Oh, I'll just go cross country with a sweater tied around my waist. Go fuck yourself. They're fine. How about companies, as my girlfriend pointed out, there's so many companies that have zero business now. People are still flying. Some, there's less flights. Yes, they're hurting. Yes, but most businesses shut down completely. Performers, day workers, people working with their hands, flooring companies, anybody that has a company that no one is redoing their floors right now. Construction companies, no one's building new things right now when you can't leave the house. People are still flying. Can we stop being up the ass of these airlines? I know they want us up everybody's ass on account of how close they put our seats. I'm going to start poking the back of that seat. You know, as the pandemic starts, I now sympathize more with the seat puncher guy. I was punching the back of that seat in a collective anger at how close the fucking seat is. You need the extra 2 seats on the plane? You need to charge me $8 for a wrap on a plane? There used to be free meals. They'd give you metal spoons. You could burn up heroin right there in your seat. You were allowed to smoke in the planes. They had ashtrays in the armrests. And now, $8 for a fucking wrap? Would you like a snack box full of far too much hummus and crackers? Do you want the driest thing on earth that we can give you then a 6-ounce plastic cup with ice above the rim and 2 sips of water to wash down the mouth-drying desert of a snack box full of almonds and cheese spread and 17 kinds of crackers? Who puts these boxes together? Camels? On what fucking planet is that a snack box? That's a drought box for your mouth. I'll be crawling to the back of the plane begging for a sip of bathroom water. So my point is, let's not give any bailout to the airlines, okay? Let's take care of regular people. And the Trump administration is talking about one good thing in Congress with Congress, giving cash directly to the American people. They're talking about maybe $2,000 a month even during this stop down, directly to people. And this I am on board for. Honestly, if Trump gets this done, working with Congress, working with Pelosi, I would be such a fan. Not of Trump, but of this one thing. I'd be like, Orange Man, monster, horrible orange devil man, did something good by accident. I'd be so tickled pink, tickled in the pink, tickled in the black, off of the red, not being in the red, but being in the black with that kind of $2,000 a month. I'd be a fan. I mean, Andrew Yang it times 2 during the pandemic, because we're all freaked out. Look at the word pandemic. Break it down. Pandemic. You take the DEM in the middle of pandemic out, put it on the side. What you're left with is the word panic. Dem. Panic dem. That's what they're trying to do with pandemics. Panic dem. Panic dem people. But instead, you're going to give us money? I'm going to be happy-demic. I'll be academically happy and financially happy. Okay? But we can't be afraid to talk about the real truths going on during this pandemic, because we can't be afraid to be extra safe, be rude to people. Don't worry about being PC, because you also scramble the letters in pandemic. You got PC, man, die. Write it down if you don't trust me. Pandemic, you got PC, man, die. You're going to be PC, you're going to die if you're a man. Women will be fine. So, point is, I'd love $2,000. That would be nice. Let's do that shit, okay? Treasury and the IRS decided to delay us having to pay our taxes by 90 days. Big shit. We're worried about fucking taxes, though? Well, I'm going to take 100 days just to say, fuck you. No, I'm not. I'm scared of those people. Many cities now this week locked down in a major, major way. San Francisco has asked all of its residents until April 7th, I believe, for the next 3 weeks, complete lockdown, except for anything essential, have to stay in their homes. And New York and LA and many other cities are saying restaurants are not allowed to be open for customers to dine in. Only takeout. Bars are closed. Nightclubs are closed. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I go clubbing every night. I dance. I get up on the pole. I shimmy. I put glitter on my nipples. That's on pause? What am I going to do with all this glitter? Put it on the floor? Let my dog roll around in it? Now I got a glittered up dog. And I'm missing that nightclub freak vibe. So fine, I get it. We'll sacrifice for the country. But you're not going to keep me away from that pole for long. You're not going to keep me away from the club for long. Not to mention, can you imagine how disappointing lap dances at a strip club must be right now? During the social distancing phenomenon of 6 feet? May as well just watch the dances for free. Give a few dollars as a tip. You don't need to spend $20 for a lap dance that isn't in your lap. Not that I know or have ever been to a strip club. I don't know. I have never been to a strip club personally, but I've heard that there's lap dances that are pretty great for $20. I haven't experienced it, but maybe I will as soon as, maybe I'll do virtual. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do virtual, but tune into the Social Distancing Social Club every day, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 Eastern. Me, Chris Bowers, Steve Hofstetter, and 2 comedians performing for a live audience. Celebrity guests joining us. No strippers. Maybe we'll do that next week, though, as things continue.
Last week on Earth.